Hello and welcome back to another Space Engineers showcase video. In today's video I am yet again taking a look at one of your designs that you have linked me in the comment section of one of my videos. And I've chosen at random for today the Hammerhead 001C freighter, which is this thing right here. So this ship is fairly large. If I go and find the freighter. So here is the freighter. It is 6,640 blocks in total. So it is a rather large one and it's slightly confusing because it is a big interior, but it's all at the very back of the ship. Everything else at the front here is for functionality or for decoration. So starting at the front here, we can see some lovely striped blockwork with some modded thrusters. I believe these are the Upsilon or Epsilon thrusters, however you want to say it, and I appear to be floating off to the left hand side. Never mind, eh? We've got an antenna at the very front there, so if you're gonna ram something, it's going to really hurt them and you'll be perfectly fine, because that is the logic of this game. Starting to go around the outside, we can see some very fancy blockwork. Look at this. It's simplistic, but the way it's been set up makes it absolutely stunning to look at. In the middle here, we can see some large cargo containers and a load of conveyor junctions, which all go along with some fancy blue-hued lights. So moving along, putting my light back on, you see container after container after container, and then we come to the main body. We got some red blocks there to break up the flat grey surface, and as we come along to the rear of the ship, we can see some more modded thrusters with some very fancy use of the sloped blocks. Then we come all the way back to the rear of the ship, where we have 4 of the large modded thrusters, which look very similar to hydrogen, which has been throwing me off a little bit, but each large modded thruster has got 2 small ones on the little corner there, which gives it a nice little pattern. Turning off my light, that is what it looks like, thanks to the red light, giving it that nice red glow. Moving along to the top, we can see more use of the sloped blocks and the half-edged blocks, and we've got some more thrusters. Then we just come along to the very front there. It's basically the same story all the way along with this little neck part. Then we get to the hammerhead, which is right here. Coming down underneath, we have a slightly different story once we go past all those containers. We have an entrance into the ship. So over here, we've got some modded doors which will open and close. I've left them all open for the time being, but they can close up, and then you can close up even further by having a blast door in case everything. But then we have a single little connector there for you to connect up a small ship to, and some more thrusters. But now it's time to take control of my character, and it's time to go inside. So to go inside, we have to go through those modded hangar doors, which are on the bottom of the ship. We're dropping down here, and coming through here. Once we're inside, we can turn off our jetpack, and we've got loads of cargo containers which have been dotted around the place because this is like incoming shipments and outgoing shipments. There is a air vent in here which can be oxygenated, and we can press this button to close up the blast door edges, and that will close then the secondary door, and we're nice and airtight protected in this little cargo area. The second button is for closing up this door, but I do not need to press that at this time being. So coming on into here, we've got even more cargo containers. Nothing is in there because they are purely for decoration. We can see some of the Eichster's mod decoration pack with these little pipes going everywhere, which is a very fancy way of decorating your ship. And we've got an elevator. Yes, we do have a manual stair going down, but that's no fun, is it? Let's go in the elevator. Oh yes, it's got elevator music, which is quite funny because it only activates when you go into the elevator. Yes, we would like to go to floor number 1. Number 2 is where we're at. Then we just mosey on down. Pretty neat, isn't it? Then we step out and the music stops. Yes, we've got a manual way to go all the way up to the top there, should you wish. We then have the command center, which we can go in, which uses a bunch of modded little control stations and display screens. I do like this mod and use it quite a lot, especially the display screens that hang from the ceiling, so it looks absolutely fantastic when you're just standing here and can view it like that. Moving around and over to here is the main cockpit, where we can control the ship. But I'll come back to that a bit later. Moving through here, we have our medical bay for us to respawn on and to heal ourselves. Coming back to the main room, we once again have another elevator, which if we go into, we get the music. Let's go to floor number 2. The door closes up and we automatically start going down. And we get a little ding when we're here. So on this floor, we got the bathrooms. Yes, we got a shower, we got a sink, we got a toilet. They're all from a workshop pack. Then we got the bunk room, where we got the lockers and double bunk beds. And we got some more lockers decorating all around the edge. As we come along through here, yeah, we can just lay down here and pretty cozy, isn't it? It can hold a lot of players in this room. So moving on around here, we then have the kitchen area where we've got lots of fridges, a lot of seats that unfortunately you can't sit on. We got a proper oven. Yes, we got the proper oven right here. Some cabinets and, yes, coffee machines to keep you going. But now it's time to go all the way down to the first floor. Oh yes, this is good. And we have arrived. We're now in the secondary control stations, which doesn't have too much going on. We just access all the controls of the ship. We do have like a little command center to RP in, should you wish to do that, because you could just stand here and beep boop, beep boop, beep boop, beep boop, and all that. Coming across, we can see some hydrogen thrusters that have been encased into themselves, along with a gravity generator. So it's a fancy way of creating your own little generator thing by putting them on top of each other. Around the room we've got even more control stations, gyroscopes and batteries. And around on this side we've got a small little display screen, which is simply a multi-purpose control station. We then have this little interesting thing where we can drop down to a secondary floor. Everything on this floor and below is the innards of the ship, basically, how it works, and if it gets damaged, you are screwed. So we've got gyroscopes, we've got batteries, we've got large reactors, refineries, assemblers, you name it, is going to be in here. We can just drop down even further to see even more. Here are the hydrogen tanks, just some big ones so we can access it if you wanted to. And we can just run all the way around. There's the oxygen tanks. That is about it for this ship. It's got quite a lot going on with it, considering the way it's been designed, and it looks like there's going to be a tiny interior. It's got quite a large one. But now it's time to go back up the elevator, if I can find it, and take control of the ship. So we got only a handful of options on here. So tab number 2, we have 2 lights, and tab number 1 is for the engines to turn them on and off. We've got the jump drive. In fact, let's go for a little jump, shall we? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, here we go. Yay! That went quite a distance away. I should hope anyway. Yes, then we have number 8 and number 9, which are for the airlock doors, which were how we got in. If I can actually find where they've gone. It's quite difficult to find these things on this ship. And there we go, we can manually control the hangar doors and the emergency airlocks from the main cockpit. But that is it, the actual functionality. That is all we're getting on this thing. There's no guns, it's unprotected, but it's still a great design. Moving forwards, this thing is bloody fast considering its size, but then again it is using modded thrusters. Stopping is a slightly different story. It stops in a reasonable amount of time, but you're still going to have to leave room between you and your target location. There we go. Moving left, and then moving right. It's got quite a lot of thrust there. Going down, and going up. It seems to be really well balanced except for stopping speed, but that's not too much of a problem on this ship. As for mouse control, once again is pretty damn meaty, which fits the size of this ship quite well. But as for that, that is it for this ship. It's a lovely design, and I really like how they've done the little hammerhead at the end there, and how they've got all the containers there. It's not built at all for combat, so this would be more of a transport vessel that would need to have other players or other NPCs escorting you to your destination. As per usual, it'll be in the description below if you wish to download and try it yourself, and I'll be back with another video some point soon. Bye bye.